Selections from Canehoula Chronicles. The Fawn. A benign episode occurred one UP morning. Hearing a ruckus in the direction of my last Cane sighting, I went to investigate. I soon came upon a very agitated mother deer, and rightly so, as Cane had his large, gentle jaws around the neck of her fairly large fawn and was dragging it away. When I appeared, I read clearly his reaction: "Go away, this is mine. I found it and I get to keep it." "Well, no, Cane, you can't keep it." So I got the two separated. I held Cane while the doe reclaimed her fawn, and they went bounding off with a story to tell for the ages. Oh yes, the honey badger. Honey badgers, as you may know, have a reputation for fierceness nearly equivalent to that of the wolverine. It was an afternoon UP woods walk. Off the trail to my right, Cane was nosing around when he suddenly went full alert and raced ahead some 50 feet. He emitted a few barks. I hurried over. There I saw, all bristled up, standing on a little knoll, a formidable-looking honey badger with Cane circling at about a 10-foot radius. Round and round he prowled, with the honey badger pivoting in step. I went to retrieve Cane, and he, of course, kept the honey badger directly between us. After a few circuits with me added to the dance routine, the honey badger decided I was the problem. He turned his back on Cane and made a run at me. Mistake number one. Seeing the opening, Cane attacked, snatched the honey badger up in his jaws by the back of its neck, and gave it his kill shake. After a vigorous shaking session, he released a now very upset honey badger, which quickly turned on Cane. For a brief moment, they locked together mouth to mouth. The honey badger did even draw a drop of blood from Cane. Then, like two prize fighters, mutually respectful, and realizing they really did not wish to hurt the other fellow, they disengaged, and we three resumed the dance routine. Mistake number two. Again, the honey badger made a run at me. Again, Cane pounced, snatched, and shook. This time, when he released the honey badger, none the worse for wear after the death shakes, Cane looked at me and said, in his body language, "We just as well go. That's all I've got for this guy." He let me take hold of his collar and lead him away from the still fierce honey badger. I was puzzled at the non-effect on the honey badger of Cane kill shakes. The most graphic explanation I read subsequently was, a honey badger can turn around in its own skin. Doubtless an exaggeration, but it did explain what I observed. Cane snatched a mouthful of hair and hide, but fortunately he never reached the honey badger's skeleton. I presumed the honey badger would thank his lucky stars after we left and get out of Dodge. He did, just not right away. The first encounter had been a couple hundred yards north of the cabin. Some 30 minutes after I had returned Cane to the cabin for a cooling off, we went outside again. We'd been lounging only a few minutes when Cane went full alert. I rushed to hold him, but was too late. Off he went east into the woods, and I in full pursuit. We were now in a different area than before, and in an area different than our usual walking course took us. I soon saw we were chasing the very likely same honey badger. This time it kept moving rather than stopping for a face-off. Running through the woods, dodging branches, jumping down timber, avoiding stumps, I kept Cane in sight. Whoops! Tree branch knocked off my UP ball cap. Oh well, can't take time now to retrieve it. Got to keep up with Cane. Finally, the honey badger found the haven for which it was heading, and it disappeared into a small tunnel under a tree. That gave me the opportunity to grab the collar of a disappointed Canehoula. Now what? I hadn't any notion where we were. The sky was gray and overcast with no sun visible to provide a sense of direction. I didn't have a leash with me since we had launched this adventure on short notice, but I wasn't going to let Kane be free. I took off my belt and fashioned a leash under his collar. Then I told him, "Take us home, Kane, take us back." He started forward with me hanging onto the makeshift leash. More branch dodging, timber hopping, stump avoiding. We came to a relatively wide sand road. I reckoned this to be the main ATV trail which ran through our woods. Kane turned to go to the left. I said, "No, Kane, I know where we are. We need to go right." He hesitated to follow at first. "Whatever, man, but I thought you wanted to go home." We walked some 10 minutes along the road, and then it began to narrow and go up in elevation. I realized I had gone exactly the wrong direction. I apologized to Kane. We retraced our steps, reached the original trail intersection point, and continued in Kane's chosen direction. 10 minutes later, we came to a trail junction we both recognized. We turned left on our cabin road, and soon, voila, home at last.